Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to another live Manchester United news and transfer news update show on the channel. The first live stream in 2023. Sorry I didn't go live yesterday, way too hungover. But I have to say, this is seemingly going to be a massive year for Manchester United. This could be, and most likely will be, the year the Glazer ownership comes to an end, with new owners in the Middle East rumoured to be the favourite among American investors. But Fabrizio Romano has said that new owners will be here in time for a big summer transfer window, and names like Vlahovic are being listed to come in and Harry Maguire being listed to come out. So we've got lots and lots to talk about because we're going to get into some January transfer news. United putting 60 million euros reportedly down on some young Bundesliga striker. I don't know if I believe that. I don't think we have the money for that. I think, as Romano said, he believes United will go for the cheapest option in January, but this is because it will be the last ever Glazer window. But we also do have some more news coming in from Fabrizio Romano and very good James Ducker on Joao Felix. So lots to get into, people. So do, of course, smash that like button, share the video as well. We've obviously got Liverpool losing, and Liverpool still losing. Someone tell me Liverpool is still losing, because I swear I'll see Liverpool losing, I'll go live and they'll fucking score. But I do want to say before I get into today's video that it is sponsored by the One Football app. All my Man United stories I often get off the One Football app. News on Joao Felix here. They obviously Graham Souness chatting shit about Man United. Some things never change. He says United will miss out on top four. But I tell you what, Liverpool are losing. Ten Hag is winning. Obviously, we play Bournemouth tomorrow. Some lineup news is coming out as well. Manchester United preparing 53 million offer for World Cup finalists, amongst more news. So do go ahead and download the One Football app. There's a link pinned in the top of the live chat, and there is a link in the description to go ahead and do that. But I want to dive into the news, people. We've got lots and lots to get through, and I'm actually in a really good mood today. Now, maybe it's because Liverpool are still losing that I'm in a very, very good mood. And I have to say, Cody Gakpo, I hope Cody Gakpo is sitting there regretting his move to Liverpool. I hope Cody Gakpo sits there and goes, I should have waited for Ten Hag. And you know what? I am really enjoying this Liverpool downfall. Even though they might finish above us, even though I think they'll finish above us because they've actually invested, just enjoy the fact that we are above Liverpool and we look quite comfortable above Liverpool. We do have Man City and Arsenal to come in the league. But yes, now I do want to get right into the news stories, because I could sit here and talk about Liverpool and laugh at the fact that they are currently losing and seek enjoyment, which I am still doing. But I do want to get into news about Maguire leaving, Vlahovic news, and of course, new ownership news as well. Why are they coming out that they're broke, lying bastards? They are. Look, we're not rich, but we're not broke as we make out. Man United could afford to do a 40 million transfer if they wanted. Now, I don't think we have the money like Chelsea do to go and spend 100 million on Enzo Fernandez. Like, Man United aren't rich. We've seen our finance. We haven't got lots of money, but we're not as broke as we make out. We had enough money to do the Gakpo news. But the thing about United is the Glazers know they're not going to be here in the summer, so top four doesn't matter to them. Even though they'd get an extra 50 million if we got top four. So if they spent 40 million and they got top four, they'd make 10 million profit. They're not thinking like that. One, because they never think like that, because they're actually shocking businessmen that actually hire such incompetent people on the board that they end up spending more money and getting worse players, aka we spent twice the amount of money on Anthony if we'd have actually had competent people get him early. But the Glazers don't think like that. And now, basically, because the Glazers are going, because they couldn't take out their dividends, they don't want to spend any money because they want to use the money we save in Ronaldo's wages to take out in one last dividends that they can wet themselves over before they leave. Now, we want to talk about someone that could be leaving Manchester United in Harry Maguire. It's been told that it's unlikely that he will leave in January. However, Ten Hag made some interesting comments on Harry Maguire. He made interesting comments on Luke Shaw, which basically suggests that he prefers Luke Shaw over Maguire. He liked how Luke Shaw's good in possession and his pace. Well, I think Maguire's okay in possession, to be fair, but one thing Maguire doesn't have is pace. And I also got an interesting story as well, is that Marcus Rashford was not the only Manchester United player late for training. There was another player, but they remained unnamed. Now, I'm assuming that other player was probably a normal bench player anyway, and Ten Hag just didn't want to drop their name because he wasn't asked about them, and Rashford didn't drop their name. But reportedly, another player was late to training as well as Rashford, but I'm assuming they probably just sat on the bench. Maybe it was Lindelof, maybe it was Maguire. Who knows? But lots and lots to get into as well, actually. And Brentford are 3-1. Oh, come on. Smash a like for Brentford, people. Smash a like for Brentford. Oh, Brentford. Score 4. They just need to score 4. I tell you what, Brentford away is actually like, I'd rather go to like Anfield away than Brentford away these days. This team, man, they haven't even got Ivan Toney today as well. Gaz with the most honest chat of the day. Glazers are scumbags as well, and Alice will always be above Liverpool. You know what? We're just further above Liverpool as well. Come on, Brentford. Actually, guys, come on. Before I even get into the news, should we have a look at the Premier League table? Should we have a look at what should we? Just because the football's currently on, I do want to dive into the news. But videos is 10 minutes, boost straight into the news. Live streams we discuss. We talk shit about all our rivals. We just go on a big fat ramble. Okay, and I do want to get to the news, but what I want to do is I want to get this up on the screen. Because I just think if Liverpool are losing, you've just got to sit there and enjoy it. Because you know what? We've had so long where we've been the shit team and Liverpool have been a good team. But as you can see here, we're above Liverpool with a game in hand. Lol. We better freaking beat Bournemouth. But I can't see Liverpool. I can't see Liverpool. Where are Liverpool in the league? Where anyone know where Liverpool are in the league? They must be bad. I can't even see Liverpool in the league now. I'm playing. But anyway, Liverpool on 28 points after 17 games. If we beat Bournemouth, which we should, fingers crossed, but I mean, Man United winning 4 games in a row just never seems to happen for us, but we should beat Bournemouth. If we beat Bournemouth, right, that takes us to 4 wins in a row. That takes us to 35 points. We would go 7 points clear of Liverpool if we beat Bournemouth, and we would also go into third. So win versus Bournemouth puts us in third, 7 points clear, but also 5 points clear in top 4, which considering the way we started the season, considering we've had the hardest fixture list, you've got to give it to Ten Hag. And let's say we win and Chelsea get a point out of Man City, we'd only be 1 point behind Man City. If Man City drop points to Chelsea again, we only go 1 point behind Man City. And yes, Arsenal will run away with the league, which I hate, but we'd be quite in a comfortable position. Obviously, seems too good to be true. I mean, a couple more wins, and hopefully we can say we're in the title race. And I'm only kidding. I'm not getting carried away. But look how we are quite comfortable here. And you know, if we look at the matches coming up here as well, you've got Brentford, and then obviously we've got Bournemouth, which I expect we should win. And City have Chelsea, which easily one of our rivals can drop points. Palace away. Tell you what, Palace away. I know they're not in the best form. Difficult game though. And then obviously we've got Man City. But if we beat Man City, we could go above them, potentially, if they drop points to Chelsea and we win. But that is a big if, and that is Manchester United. But we just do a little bit of a Premier League ramble while we're at it. And yes, we will get into the news. Steve says Spurs are dropping points. They'll probably miss out on top 4. Spurs are the favourites to miss out on top 4 because they are just dropping points crazy. And it's not looking good for Spurs. I'll be honest with top 4. I think Liverpool will make top 4. I'll be honest. I think Arsenal will make top 4. I think City will make top 4. I think it's between Man U and Newcastle. And I think Chelsea could catch up because they're investing in January. I think Spurs are the one I know that's not getting it. Arsenal, Man City confirmed. Newcastle, Man United, Liverpool seem to be the favourites. Even though Liverpool are losing, I just feel like they will make it. They've just got that experience, which kills me to say. But that's just why I've been saying we've got to fucking invest in January. Like 50 mil in the bank if we get top 4. We could maybe attract the likes of Frankie de Jong and better players if we get top 4. Casemiro gets a big fat wage bonus if we get top 4, which might explain why he's playing so unbelievably good. I'm joking, he just is unbelievably good. But like we are in like top 4 is in our hands. And I just think obviously if we beat Bournemouth and we beat City, fuck me. I'm going to start celebrating like we won the league because like imagine, you know, I actually, for the first time in a while, really feel like Man United are building something crazy. Like I know it's only top 4. I know the standards have lowered, and top 4 isn't the be all and end all. And we need to win trophies, but like, we're in a good position. I just think they need that investment so badly as well. Just begging Brentford to keep hold of the freaking ball. I'm begging Brentford to score 4 because they laughed at Brentford putting 4 past us. So if Brentford can put 4 past them, it'd be very much appreciated as well. I think us having City and Arsenal in a few weeks means we've got a good run in. Yeah, we need to get these 3 points versus Bournemouth because I think we will drop points to either Arsenal or City, potentially both. So I think if we beat Bournemouth, we're in a position where if we do drop points to Arsenal or City, it's not the end of the world as well. And we've kicked Arsenal's butt before we can do it again. Do you know what's funny is Arsenal, I see these Arsenal fans going on and on and on. And do you know what really makes me laugh? Is these Arsenal fans go, oh, technically we're invincible because we didn't deserve to lose to United. It was the ref. Like, Go and fuck yourself, Arsenal fans. Oh, we only lost one match and we didn't deserve to lose that. We technically didn't lose it. You did, because we got the 3 points and you got none. All these little Arsenal fans mouthing off, oh, we didn't deserve to lose to United. The ref was a joke. We're technically invincible. Shut the fuck up. Stop moaning. I tell you, it just makes me laugh. It just absolutely makes me laugh, these Arsenal fans. They're unbelievable. You lost to United. Get over it. We're stopping you being invincible. And we're going to beat you again at the Emirates. Although that is a difficult game as well. It's the Brentford game still not over. Bloody hell, it's still going on as well. And hopefully Newcastle beat Arsenal. I'd like a draw because we are competing with Newcastle, whereas Arsenal, unfortunately, they're a level above us, which kills me to say, but they absolutely are. But anyway, Alice, stop your freaking waffling. You've been going on for 10 minutes and you haven't even got into the main point of the show, which is the sale of Manchester United in the summer. Fabrizio Romano. The point of today's show is it's the first show of 2023, and we want to talk about the big things that are expected to happen at Manchester United in 2023. Coming in from Fabrizio Romano saying conversations are ongoing about Manchester United's sale. The expectation is that United will have enough time to prepare for the summer transfer window with new owners. So Romano confirms right now there are conversations going on with other parties over the sale of United. There's conversations going on to get the takeover done. The goal is for the takeover to be done before March, the first quarter of 2023. And Romano says the expectation, and Ornstein's been saying things like this, and they know a lot more than us, but they can't give away certain details because if it didn't happen, it'd ruin their credibility. So Ornstein and Romano will know a lot more than us, but they won't put things public until they're confident that's going to happen. But he's basically saying that basically what Romano is trying to hint is this sale will be done by March, which will give United enough time with new owners to plan for the summer transfer window. I think that's pretty much what Romano is saying. He's saying the expectation is United will have enough time to prepare for the summer transfer window with new owners coming in. So 2023, and Ornstein said 2023 could be a seismic moment for United with the Glazers going. 2023 could be the year that the Glazers are bish, bash, bosh out within the next 3 months. New owners come in and they plan for a big summer transfer window. Now, Romano went on the United Stand YouTube channel today and put some really good info on the United Stand YouTube channel. Obviously, the full video is on the United Stand, but I've got a few of the quotes from that I'm going to get into in today's video. And he spoke about names that are linked to United, like Dusan Vlahovic, like Mukayoko, the Dortmund player. He obviously spoke about Maguire leaving, which we quickly touched upon. Romano did loads, but one of the things he spoke about was the sale of Manchester United. That it's kind of expected that the sale is going to happen. The full sale is going to go through first quarter of 2023. That's kind of the news going about. We also do know from other sources in and around the space, this seems to be talks going on with Middle East. There was a rumour. Now I'm going to say this is a rumour. This hasn't come from anyone credible. I'm going to say what I'm about to say is a rumour. But the speculation really was that the Saudi Arabia deal was pulled out at the last minute because Dubai are the most advanced to buy United and they didn't want to fund a rival. Now, I don't know. That is a rumour. That's not come out from anyone credible. But that is a little bit of, rumours going around. And there's always rumours going around in the Man United space. But people will make up things about us because they know it will get views. But did want to say that there are rumours that, Dubai are the ones who are leading the race for United. Rumours, not facts, rumours. But, there's a lot of speculation. Now, obviously, I think it's easy to speculate Dubai winning the race for United because they've been in United for a while. They can probably afford us a lot better than other companies. And we know the Glazers will just sell to whoever's going to give them the most money because they're greedy bastards that only care about money. But it's interesting news going in and about. Guys, quickly, because Liverpool are losing and because the Glazers are going to leave in 2023 and because this is the first live stream of 2023, you should go ahead and hit that like button. It would be really, really appreciated if you do want to stay up to date of all the latest news and more as well. But obviously the plan is new owners in 2023, rumoured to be Middle Eastern, rumoured to be Dubai. I wouldn't rule out American investment companies because I did a live stream where we got, a little bit of information come out. So the Glazers, end of November, announced that they were selling the club, yeah. But we did a live stream beginning of November, just before the World Cup, about this information and story about an American investment company in talks with the Glazers, and that non-disclosure agreements have been signed, and they were in advanced talks. And now I don't know if that is still the case. I'm not sure. But we do need to also keep an eye on American investment companies. Although the speculation seems that we pulled out the Saudi Arabia deal because there's a rumour that they don't want to fund Dubai, and Dubai are winning the race to be next United owners. And although it would make common sense to predict Dubai because they've got lots of money, there was a lot of speculation about an American investment company going to buy Manchester United. And that was before the Glazers even put the club up for sale. There was non-disclosure talks that were put on. We had someone on who spoke about this, and it's had to be kept very quiet because of legal things. They can't reveal who it is and reveal the details about the talks. But what I do know is the sale is close. What we are getting told by the Ornsteins and the Romanos is that they believe that the full sale could come soon. There's a lot of people in the space that know a lot more than us, and they believe the sale is close, but they cannot reveal information because some of it's just legally cannot be revealed. And I do think that 2023 is going to be a massive year. From the more and more I'm hearing, I think the Glazers, this is the last year of the Glazers, which will be the biggest thing that's happened in my lifetime at United, because I wasn't born when we won the treble, if you're going to say that. But also a big summer window ahead as well. Keep smashing the likes, people, and of course subscribe. Liverpool lost 3-1. Lol, you shit. Liverpool is shit. Lol. Someone put in the chat swimming pool lost. No idea what you mean by that as well. The new owner to buy Mbappe. You know what? I will say this. Now, I don't think we're going to get Mbappe, but I actually reckon if we got fucking rich ass minted new owners that were like Man City level owners, there's a chance we could get Mbappe. Because, okay, now this is going to sound like the most 12-year-old thing to say, but he does want to leave PSG. He knows if he wants to be taken seriously, he's got to go to La Liga and the Premier League. Now, obviously, Madrid is what he wants, but with these issues with Madrid and in doing them over last time, there's rumours that Madrid won't want him back. I think Madrid will take him back. I think they just said that to save face. If he's a Madrid fanboy, he wouldn't go to Barcelona. He wouldn't go to Atleti. If he doesn't go to Madrid, he goes to the Premier League, because at Bayern, he just get told it's another Farmers League. Serie A, it's a decent league, but it's not the same. He would go to the Premier League. Now, Man City have Haaland and Mbappe in the same team, could potentially work. Arsenal don't have the funds. Liverpool don't have the funds. Chelsea do have the funds, but Chelsea right now don't look quite at it. I think because he gets on with Rashford, because Ten Hag could be building something special, and if Ten Hag gets top 4, it's possible. But only if we got top 4, got rich-ass new owners, and Real Madrid turn them down, which realistically Real Madrid are not going to turn them down. So it's very unlikely. Potentially possible with rich new owners. Imagine if we signed Mbappe. Fuck me. Mbappe versus Haaland, Premier League. Bosh. And I've always said Mbappe is better, so just to stick that out there. But I actually do want to get into the news as well. Not Dubai, they're friends with the Saudis, it's the Qataris. Yeah, sorry. There was rumours that was the Dubai and Qataris. It was rumoured that there was rumours about Dubai buying United, and a lot of speculation that Dubai were the most advanced. We obviously know, and I think Ornstein even suggested this without kind of saying it, but kind of hinted at this. It might have not been Ornstein. Someone in the media hinted this that was actually quite a credible journalist. But the sort of hints and speculation coming out was that actually, well, you know, the Glazers have been in the Middle East for the last month. If they're talking about the sale of Man United and they've spent a good month in the Middle East and a lot of time in the Middle East lately, it obviously drives the speculation that United is going to the Middle East. However, they've got good connections in America. They could easily sell to American owners to maybe retain that relationship. But the names being mentioned were Qatar and Dubai. We were in Qatar. And it was said that Man United were not in Qatar. Although they watched the World Football, reports came out that the Glazers were in Qatar for business. The Glazers weren't in Qatar to meet with agents and sign players. The Glazers were in Qatar for business over new ownership. Now, all the billionaires went to the World Cup final, the American ones, the Arabic ones. The Glazers went to the Qatar World Cup final because they're selling the club. Elon Musk is there. All the rich American businessmen went to the World Cup final. All the rich fucking Arab businessmen went to the World Cup final, and we get told the Glazers are there because it's business. And they were talking to someone. Were they talking to Qatar? I don't think they were talking to Elon Musk. There are a lot. They have been in the Middle East a while. And do you think the Glazers would go all the way to Qatar to watch the World Cup final when they don't even know the offside rule? No, they were there because they know they're going to be associated with the billionaires, and they're looking to sell the club. We have offers. There are offers to buy United. I'm just going to put that out there. There are people interested in buying the club. The reason we haven't heard anything is because while the Glazers have offers, and we know this from Romano, we know this from Ornstein, while the Glazers have been in talks with multiple parties, they still want to get as much money as they can. Because one thing we know about the Glazers is they're ridiculously greedy, and all they care about is filling up their pockets with money, money, money. So although the Glazers have been talking to a lot of people about the sale of United, if you're Avram and Joel Glazer, you go, let's fuck off to Qatar. Let's say the Glazers, let's say this is hypothetical. Let's say the Glazers got an offer of $3.5 billion from an American investment company and they want $5 billion. and let's say they've got an offer of 4 billion from another American investment company and they want 5. They won't leak anything. They won't say anything. They'll go over to Qatar, say, look, someone's putting a bid of 4 billion. We want 5 billion. See if anyone over in Qatar has 5 billion to buy the club, because they've got offers probably for 3.5, 4 billion, but they want to milk it out. Can they get 5, 6? The goal is even 9 billion. So they know if they go off to Qatar and mix with the biggest billionaires ever, you know, there's potential for brand new rich owners in. And we know that they weren't in Qatar for the World Cup. I think everyone knows they weren't in Qatar for the World Cup. Now, I don't know if we'd get Qatari owners. I think it's possible, but obviously the speculation seems to be very heavily around Dubai as well. Guys, let's push for 200 likes, people. Glazer's out. I feel we're going to spend big during the summer transfer window. I hope Ten Hag gets what he wants. If the Glazers are not here, I think we will get a big, big summer transfer window ahead. I think that, you know, this January, I think that it's going to be Joao Felix. If I'm going to predict this January, it's going to be Joao Felix, but it's going to be dragged on to the end of January, and we're going to be talking about Joao Felix on the channel for the next 3 weeks before it's done. That is my prediction. I just think we're just going to drag on this Joao Felix deal. But what I will say is I think the summer, with the likeliness of new owners being gone, new owners being in March so they can prepare for the summer, I think the summer will be big. And we know the names on Ten Hag's list are Frankie de Jong, Vlahovic, Enzo Fernandez. Romano did say today on the United stand that if Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea falls through in January, there's a strong possibility United will go for him in the summer when they have the funds available. He also said that United are looking at strikers and that Dusan Vlahovic, you know, is a serious possibility, someone that United is looking at. You know, that basically this summer, Enzo Fernandez, De Jong, Diogo Costa, Dusan Vlahovic, Oshmina, all names United are looking at. And with the funds of new owners, 100% possible. We also know Bellingham, but I don't think we'll be able to lure Bellingham. What I will say is if we get top 4 and Liverpool don't, Bellingham might turn down Liverpool, whose first choice is Bellingham, which would be brilliant. Imagine Bellingham turning down Liverpool for United, because they've been bantering us about getting Gakpo. I tell you what, Gakpo probably sat and watched you lost to Brentford and probably regretted going to Liverpool. Liverpool get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. Gaz puts a good comment here. Hopefully the new owners keep Ten Hag. Someone said to me the new owners are going to come in and sack Ten Hag. They won't. If the new owners have any sense, they would not sack Ten Hag, because Ten Hag's doing a fantastic job. The fans love Ten Hag. He's starting a rebuild project. There's no logical sense to sack Ten Hag, because if we sack Ten Hag, who the fuck would we bring in? Like, seriously, who? Who is available right now that you're like, oh, I'd want them more than Ten Hag? Who? Tell me if there's actually someone in the chat, because I can't think of anyone. The new owners, I don't think they would sack Ten Hag. Romano did say this, that the new owners would change the board. Romano said, from what he knows, whoever's the new owner of Manchester United would completely restructure the board. And we did a video on this about a month ago. This isn't new news. Romano said this a month ago. Romano said a month ago, when it first came out about the sale of Manchester United, his exact words were, there's lots of parties and talks to buy United, lots of interest in United, and that when new owners come in, Murta and Arnold are very unlikely to still be in their positions. The board will change. Murta will be gone, Arnold will be gone, because realistically, any competent owner would sack them anyway when they go to Barcelona and get pictured in Barcelona trying to get De Jong, and all they do is come back with probably an STI. They did nothing in Barcelona. So, yeah, I think that Ten Hag would definitely stay if we've got new owners. You know, the fact that the players buy into Ten Hag, he's had this whole Ronaldo situation and the players still back him. They clearly love Ten Hag. You know, Ten Hag's here and we are playing great. We're above Liverpool. Liverpool were literally, this time a year ago, people were talking about Liverpool winning the quadruple. This time last year, let's make it 10 months ago. 9 months ago, not even a year ago, Liverpool were on the verge of winning this quadruple, best team in the world. They were saying absolutely bottled the Premier League and the Champions League. But we moved. Liverpool on the verge of winning the quadruple 9 months ago, whereas reports came out that 17 players wanted to leave Man United. 9 months. 17 players wanted to leave United. We were sitting in 7th. We had leaks coming out every week. We were getting battered 4-0 by Brighton. It was a shit show at Manchester United 9 months ago, and Liverpool were on the verge of winning a quadruple. 9 months later, we could go 7 points clear of Liverpool in the league halfway through. Madness. If you do not think that Ten Hag is the man after that, you are crazy. We literally are like 7 points clear if you beat Bournemouth of Liverpool this early on. And you got to think where they were 9 months ago on top of the world, quadruple winning, they fled. We were in the gutters. 17 players wanted out. It was a mess. what Ten Hag's done is absolutely incredible. I think he deserves almost more credit for that as well. And hopefully they asked Ten Hag's advice for new board members as well. And I will say this, just before they announced the sale of Manchester United, there was reports that came out from Dutch media about Van der Sar potentially going over to United in the near future. That was a big report as well. I actually think if we got new owners in that cared, they would have conversations with Ten Hag, and there was a lot of rumours about Van der Sar going to United. I would not be totally shocked if something did happen regarding Van der Sar and Manchester United. I will say that. I don't know what we will do. I know we'd get new board members in when new owners come in, but we did know that there was some situation about Van der Sar coming in and being a new DOF. And then obviously that didn't happen. And the reason that didn't happen is because they then announced the sale of the club. So why would you appoint a new director of football if you're looking to sell the club? It would make absolutely no sense. But I think once they sell the club, I'd keep an eye on I'd honestly keep an eye on Van der Sar. Let's push for 300 likes, people. Smash a like if you're happy Liverpool lost. So I hope that everyone is smashing a like button, unless you're a Liverpool fan, then that would make sense as well. And of course, subscribe to the channel, people. On the road to 60,000 subscribers. My goal is to hit 80k by the end of 2023. That gaining 25,000 subscribers. I'd like to hit 80k by the end of 2023. So do subscribe if you're new, because that obviously helps contribute towards that goal. Carl says that Ten Hag is the man for the job. He ain't going anywhere. Bye-bye, shitty board, without a doubt. Absolutely spot on. Felix is coming. This is how I feel about Joao Felix. It depends on Chelsea and Arsenal. Man United are going to sit there to the end of January and work on this Joao Felix deal. And I think that Joao Felix will be dragged on for a couple of weeks. And I think United are the clear favourites to sign Joao Felix. We are the most advanced in Joao Felix. But if Liverpool, or not Liverpool, if Arsenal or Chelsea decide to do something, they'll just do it like that. Because realistically, Man United are just going to sit there and ponder and waste as much time as they can. La-di-la-di-la, slow United, fart about Man United. La-di-la-di-la-di-la-di-la. Felix will wait a couple of weeks, see if the price goes down. La-di-la-di-la. Save Money FC, Incompetence FC. Chelsea will go, boom, we've got shit ton of money. I'm Todd Bowley. I know what I want. Boosh, Joao Felix, bosh. Oh, no, he's gone. Oh, shit, we've lost Gakpo, we've lost Joao Felix. Ten Hag, what do we do now? Memphis Depay return. That is a strong possibility. I think Joao Felix relies on if Chelsea and Arsenal really want him or not. Arsenal are focused on Mudryk. Chelsea are focused on Enzo Fernandez, which has put us in a good position. But look, we were sitting here literally a week ago, very confident that we were going to get Gakpo. United were leading the race for Gakpo like bosh, bash, bosh, bosh, like quite comfortable in the lead of the race for Gakpo. Like we were being told from Fabrizio Romano in the morning that Gakpo to United's advanced, la-di-la-di-la. All these reliable journalists were expecting Gakpo to United to happen. 6-7 hours later, we get a tweet from PSV, Gakpo to Liverpool done. We're like that with Joao Felix. It looks like we're favourites to sign Joao Felix. It looks like United are winning the race to sign Joao Felix. But very much, there could be a tweet like, boom, Chelsea got him done. Because actually, you know what? We are not a serious club in the transfer market. What other clubs are. So we're just going to sit about and faff on Felix and hope the price gets lower and lower and lower. And that's why I think there's reports coming out that we're trying to sign this player and this player as a little spin. It's a bit of a spin. But if Chelsea miss out on Enzo Fernandez and decide they want Felix, Chelsea have brains. Chelsea will go and get Felix. And that's what United need to be careful of. Even Arsenal, if Arsenal miss out on Mudryk, they'll know they're in a title race. They'll know this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get their first title in like 20 years almost. Arsenal will probably act on that as well. So that's what United do need to be careful with as well. Keep smashing the likes, people. I've got a few stories to get into as well. I do want to get into the Vlahovic news. I do want to get into more news on new ownership as well. The new owners would have no reason to sack Ten Hag. He's installed respect and discipline in the United squad, says Daniel, who's absolutely spot on with that comment. I will go more down into the chat as well. And the subs will come. Keep up the great job. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it as well. Man United Lexco says Felix not coming. Those rats are not spending a penny. I'd love him to come, but not happening. It's Memphis on a little 2-year deal. Not as bad as people think. I don't think Memphis would be as bad as people think. But I think the problem is when we've been linked to so many good names, when we could have had Gakpo, we could have had Felix, and you end up with Memphis. It doesn't feel good, and I think that would be the main issue as well. But continuing on, Liverpool actually got smashed by Brentford. I'm still sitting here with a big fat smile on my face going, Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. I know, I need to stop it. But United have no money for Felix for 20 mil for 6 months is a disgrace. 20 mil asking price for a 6-month loan is muggy by Atletico Madrid, but we do actually have that money as well. We need another striker desperately. This is what I am trying to say. Look at where we are in the league. We're in an absolutely fantastic position. Liverpool and all our... You know what? This has been a fantastic week, people. Let's have a chat. This has been a fantastic week. Liverpool drop points. Chelsea drop points. Tottenham drop points. Man City drop points. And we've won 2 games in a row. And going into Bournemouth tomorrow, that should be 3 games in a row. And Ten Hag is doing this. Ten Hag has got us in the top 4. If we win, we're in the top 4 by 5 points, potentially even in 3rd because we've got a game in hand above Newcastle. We win tomorrow. We are sitting in 3rd place if we win tomorrow. Bear in mind that Ten Hag's basically barely had a striker all season. He had a 37-year-old sulking Ronaldo and a Martial that was in hospital for the start of the season. We are basically sitting in 3rd place, having lost the first 2 games of the season horribly, after having our worst season ever, after having an absolutely toxic dressing room, after having a lot of problems, after having lots of injury issues and no striker and the hardest fixture is playing everyone in the top 6. If we win versus Bournemouth tomorrow, we'll be sitting in 3rd place in the Premier League. 3rd place. That is absolutely incredible from Erik Ten Hag, that we'll be sitting in 3rd place. And he basically did it without a striker because Ronaldo scored 2 goals and was freaking useless. Martial was on hospital bed. 3rd place without a striker, and he's crying out for a striker. Get Ten Hag a striker, because honestly, what he is doing with what he's got so far is incredible. Obviously, Casemiro being a fucking tank, and the signings have been fantastic as well. But look at how Ten Hag's signings have fitted in. Brilliant. The money's been well spent. He's not done an ollie and wasted 150 million on Maguire, Dan James, and Wan-Bissaka. He spent his money well. The only if you wanted Anthony, but time will come. And that's not even Ten Hag's fault. Anthony cost £80 million or 100 million euros. Anthony only cost 80 million instead of 50 million because the board was so incompetent and slow to sign him. Ten Hag is doing an absolutely fantastic job. And just getting that striker, because we are in 3rd if we beat Bournemouth without a striker. Imagine what he'll do if he gets a striker. And there's not many good options, but Joao Felix on loan for 6 months, and then we can go out and get Vlahovic, who he wants in the summer, or Oshmin. That puts Man United in a fantastic position as well. Are United looking at centre-backs? So basically, regarding the centre-backs, guys, we're keeping an eye on King Min-jae, but we wouldn't sign a centre-back till the summer. Basically, the belief going in is that Maguire will leave in the summer. I mean, he's behind Luke Shaw in the pecking order. And obviously, King Min-jae has a release clause, and he is the one we're really eyeing up, I think, King Min-jae. But Man United's plan is very much is an attacker that can get us an attacker on loan in January. And then in the summer, it's a striker and a midfielder before anything. And then we'll look at potentially back at right backs. Then we'll look at potentially a new goalkeeper, potentially a centre back, potentially another midfielder. I think we need a striker and 2 midfielders in the summer. And I actually think we might even need a winger. I think, our defence is probably the most solid thing right now because Luke Shaw can play centre back. Malacia is a good backup. Wan-Bissaka's doing a good job of backup. I think we need 2 midfielders and an attacker. I do want to quickly remind you guys, by the way, that this video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. So if you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates, and more, make sure you do click the pinned chat in the live chat, or the link at the second top of the description to take you to the free OneFootball app. It keeps me up to date on all my latest football news. So if you want to stay up to date with Manchester United rumoured lineups, transfer news, Glazer sale news, and more, if I'm not live on YouTube, the OneFootball app is the place to check, because all your news regarding Manchester United and just other football news as well will be there. Just wanted to throw that out. We have been linked to Mukayoko, who I will talk about in a minute as well. And mate, when the Glazers go officially, I'm getting drunk that night. I haven't drank in like 5 years. Fair enough. You know what? I'll probably just get drunk on live stream. Oh no, I'll probably say something bad. No, I talk too much when I'm drunk, and I probably would get quite drunk on live stream when the Glazers go, or I would go down the pub and probably go live, which would be a really bad idea. But I'll tell you what, I want the Glazers to go. Thuram, something that we're looking at, but I think we're focusing on Felix. I mean, Ornstein's only really spoken about Joao Felix as well. Abdullah says he has OneFootball, and it's amazing. But let's talk about getting drunk on live stream. More talk about Manchester United. More talk about news. Romano said the feeling is that United will go for the cheapest option in January. Romano speaks absolute facts. I mean, that is the feeling. And he said that Atletico Madrid want 18-19 million for Joao Felix loan and no guarantee it'd be a permanent deal, which is putting United off. Romano said that Chelsea are pursuing other targets, so Man United is still the most likely to get a deal for Joao Felix. And Romano did say if Benfica keep Enzo Fernandez past this transfer window, he could be an option for Manchester United, but there's no chance of a January deal. He's saying Enzo Fernandez, very much possible, but not in January. And what I want to talk about is actually Vlahovic. I want to get into Vlahovic news because Vlahovic is in the thumbnail, and we're half an hour into a live stream. We haven't actually spoken about the man in the thumbnail. So it would make a lot of sense to do that. And it was said by Romano that Vlahovic is appreciated by Manchester United. He is a name of interest. We've been linked to Vlahovic a lot, but the thing is about this news is that Romano's confirming this is a player of interest. Now, we get linked to 100 players. We get told that United are going to sign this player, and United are going to sign this player, and United want this player, and this player, and this player. But Romano, very much with his news, will tell you who United want or not. Romano knows. Romano knows that we want Frimpong. Romano knows that we want Joao Felix. Romano knows that we want Vlahovic. Romano doesn't talk and say that United want Enzo Fernandez. They say if he's available in summer, they'll be interested. Romano isn't going out saying United want to sign this player just for some clicks. If Romano says we want a player, it's because they're generally a player of interest. There's a lot of players we're linked to that Romano says, oh, as far as I'm aware, United aren't that bothered. Like Romano hasn't linked us really to Morata or any of that. Romano is very much like Joao Felix seems to be the one we want. In the summer, Vlahovic seems to be the one we want. But we've got Romano going in about Vlahovic saying that this is someone that United will potentially want in the summer. If we get top four and Juventus miss out on top four, this is a very possible deal to do. This is a player that I think would be absolutely perfect for Ten Hag. This is an obvious deal for Ten Hag to do. And it's good that it's coming out from the likes of Romano that this is something that Erik Ten Hag wants to do. But Vlahovic, by the way, wouldn't happen in January. This video is a live stream, about Man United's big plans in 2023. And the big plan will be Glazer's out first. And then in the summer, you're looking at Vlahovic in, Maguire out, maybe Bellingham in. I don't think we'll get Bellingham. Frankie de Jong potentially if we get top four and he's forced out of Barcelona. But yeah, it's good that Romano pretty much confirms there is a strong interest in Vlahovic there. 5 versus 0 United. Assuming that's a Liverpool fan. And we need Mbappe. I mean, Mbappe would be nice. Timber and Guardiola to replace Maguire. We've been linked to both Timber and Guardiola, but I'm not sure what's going on with that. I don't think centre-back is a priority as well. And United's defence got better since Casemiro's come in. Best DM in the world. Casemiro's just, mate, Casemiro is absolutely insane. Casemiro's just hit an abs. I knew he was good. Like, I'm not one of those who was incompetent and was like, no, Casemiro's average, like Graham Souness says. But what I will say is Casemiro is good, but Casemiro's been freaking amazing. Been absolutely freaking amazing. I will tell you that now. Should we dive into other news? There is a story coming out, which I personally don't believe. And this is that United are preparing a bid for a French World Cup star, whose name I'm going to completely, absolutely fuck up. But we're going to call him Kolo. Rando Kolo. Manchester United are preparing a 60 million offer for Eintracht Frankfurt, Rando Kolo, according to L'Equipe. Now, L'Equipe are a decent source of information. But let's be honest, if we couldn't prepare 37 million for Gakpo, we can't prepare 60 million for Rando Kolo. Let's be honest, we can't. This, for me, is I need some clicks. So let's link Man United to someone. Man United have probably got their PR team to put something like this in the media to, one, maybe scare Atletico Madrid into lowering Joao Felix's loan package. I don't think we're interested in this guy, maybe in the summer. But if we can't spend 37 million on Gakpo, who is our clear number one target, why would we be spending 60 million on someone that wasn't a target even 2 days ago? For me, look, this is a good young player. If this is who Ten Hag wants, maybe he will be linked to him in the summer. But we're not putting a bid in for anyone in January because we know from Ornstein, we know from Romano that we're only doing loan deals. So stories like this, unless Romano starts saying something like this, personally not going to happen because we know in January we're only planning on doing loan deals. We are 43 likes away from the goal of 300 and we've got over 600 people watching. So please do smash that like button if you have not already. 43 likes away from our 600 target as well. And Bruno and Delo have the pull on Felix. I was thinking that today, like, basically, Chelsea and Arsenal are focused on other targets. Felix is our only target of focus, and we've got Bruno and Delo. And Felix will look at how United are playing. If you're Joao Felix, the main reason Joao Felix wants out of Atletico Madrid is because he thinks their style of football doesn't cater to his needs. If you watch Man United at the moment, if you watch Ten Hag's style of football is a style of football that could definitely potentially cater to Joao Felix's needs. So if Joao Felix is looking in at Manchester United, and I guess you could say his needs as well as a player, he'll be like, he's playing good attacking football. You know, Chelsea don't look too stable and attackers have flopped at Chelsea. Arsenal get Jesus and I'm not guaranteed loads of game time. If you're Joao Felix, you look at United and you go, this is potentially a very good move. This is potentially a very good option for me. And I think that's what Joao Felix could be thinking regarding the Man United move. I think it would be a good move for him. And I think the way we play, United need Leao or Mbappe. I know Leao is actually a target of interest. Like Vlahovic, Leao is a summer target of interest. And conversations ongoing about Manchester United's sale. The expectation is the United will have enough time to prepare for the summer transfer window. Yeah, we spoke about this earlier in the video. Romano said he believes the sale will happen in time for the summer transfer window to be a good one as well. January transfer window closes 31st of January. Manchester United will probably, I've got to tell you something about Manchester United people. Although the January transfer window was open from the 1st of January to the 31st of January, in Man United's eyes, the January transfer window is open from the 25th of January to the 31st of January because Manchester United don't like to do anything until the very end of the month because they like to faff for 3.5 weeks. So bear that in mind. Although the window's open now, Murta and Arnold act like the window opens on January 27th. So do bear that in mind when it comes to Manchester United because it kills me, our incompetence in the transfer window. It absolutely kills me. Cannot stand it. Anyway, keep smashing the likes, people. Keep, of course, subscribing down below if you're new. We've got Bournemouth next, followed by Everton, followed by Charlton, followed by Man City and Arsenal. If we beat Bournemouth and Everton, we're in a very good position that we could afford to drop points to City and Arsenal. It wouldn't be the be-all and end-all. Ten Hag squad is in a very good position as well. And obviously, Liverpool dropping points helps for top four. And you know what, Gakpo, I hope you regret that move to Liverpool because I'm an absolute salty bitch. But let's get into some other stories before Alice goes on and waffles as well. And Man United's 6-day window. I think they actually only act for about 6 days in the transfer window. We just sit there and do a load of nothing, a load of leaking clickbait stories to the media to get some clicks, and that's all we do as well. We ain't dropping points. Come on, United. I mean, I don't think we'll drop points against Bournemouth, but you never know. You never know. And Alice, what would be a realistic sum under new owners with a budget of 300 million? I could not tell you because I do not know who the new owners are. But I would say a goalkeeper, a centre mid, an attacker, and I'd say 4 to 5 really good signings is definitely possible as well. And Everton is FA Cup. It is FA Cup, isn't it? And Charlton is because I saw Charlton that I thought that was FA Cup, but that's Carabao Cup. Everton is FA Cup. You're absolutely right. I had just a mind blow there because I was thinking Charlton's FA Cup when they're Carabao Cup. Got them absolutely confused. But as you said, if we do beat Bournemouth, it puts us in a good position to drop points for other games as well. There's pictures of Cody Gakpo looking very unhappy on the bench as well. But honestly, I have to say, Virgil van Dijk's meant to be the greatest centre-back of all time. Is he? No, he's not. Anyway, continuing on, I do want to get into a few other stories going about as well. Before I end the live stream, I want to touch upon James Ducker's story, which I think is interesting. Talks a little bit about the sale of Manchester United, and James Ducker has come out and said that Erik Ten Hag is desperate to bolster attacking options this month, but uncertainty created by the Glazers' attempt to sell the club and last summer's overspend means it's tighter than hoped. Again, James Ducker is saying basically that we're going to do very little in January because they're probably selling and they spent a lot in the summer, which is obviously information that we already know, but further confirms that as well. Joao Felix would have to get a major role at United, says Solomon. I agree. Any news on Delo? He's Delo. Sorry, one sec. Delo is back in training. I know that for sure. I think he could be back on the bench next game, but I expect Wan-Bissaka to play tomorrow. But Delo is slowly on his way back to Manchester United and slowly on his way back to full fitness as well. But I quickly want to get into, obviously, a few things that Ten Hag has said. Oh, talking of players back to training, Jadon Sancho is also back to training. If Man United do get a January signing in that's in attack, Elanga will likely go. While Sancho is back, he will be unavailable tomorrow, whereas Delo is back and most likely will be available. And that United are looking to potentially move on Harry Maguire in summer, but are unlikely to get even half of the 80 million they pay for him. Shock. And obviously, again, Manchester United are not abandoning a deal for Joao Felix. They're waiting for the price to be lowered. It's news that come out as well. And Ten Hag did speak about Maguire. Maguire's lack of game time. Also touched upon how good Luke Shaw has been at centre-back because Luke Shaw has been bloody good at centre-back. And Ten Hag said, of course, you have ideas and a plan, but sometimes it changes by circumstances like illness from Maguire and Lindelof. Normally, they should have started the game, but we played and then Casemiro did well and Luke Shaw did well. So what Ten Hag's saying is that Lindelof and Maguire weren't here versus Nottingham Forest because they were ill. And because Luke Shaw did well, he didn't feel the need to drop Luke Shaw at centre-back, so Luke Shaw continued in at centre-back versus Wolves. And then there were comments that he likes how Luke Shaw's good on the ball and his pace, which could be him potentially taking a dig at Maguire, people are wondering. I don't think Delay will start tomorrow, but I do think we'll see him on the bench. Is like Maguire back tomorrow? Yes, but I don't think he will start as well. I don't think he will start. And the next 4 games are Bournemouth in the league, Everton FA Cup, Charlton in the Cup, and City in the league. Yeah, that's what I meant. I was just having a moment as well. Let me know in the chat, actually, what's your ideal Manchester United signing? What do you think of Luke Shaw being played centre-back? Obviously, he's a left-back and his best position is left-back, but it makes me feel confident that he can do a job at centre-back in a back 4. So if an injury did happen, and because Melas is a perfectly competent backup left-back, I'm not that bothered. Like, if an injury happens and, Malacia plays left back and Shaw stays centre back, we know they're competent at doing a job. So I like that Luke Shaw can play centre back for depth. Obviously, once Martinez and Varane are there, we play Luke Shaw left back. That's his best position. But it's nice to know that we've got options there, because I think Varane does get injured. It's nice to know this depth. Obviously, if Varane's injured, I don't think Luke Shaw would play centre back, because I think he likes Luke Shaw because he's left footed, and I think Varane's there. I think Luke Shaw will only be there in Martinez's absence. I think as long as Varane is fit, Luke Shaw can play there along next to Varane. But I think Luke Shaw will only play in Martinez's absence because Luke Shaw's left-footed. I don't think we'll see Luke Shaw ever play right centre-back. But it's good to know that there's actually someone that can do a job there if need be. And it makes me comfortable, because sometimes I worry about the defence a little bit in terms of depth. But then I go, now we know that Luke Shaw can do a job there at centre-back if worse comes to the worst with Lisandro Martinez. That makes me be like, we can definitely focus and spend more funds on attacking midfield. I think potentially we need a backup right back. However, Wan-Bissaka, if he continues and keeps it up, Ten Hag might change his mind. Potentially we need a backup right back, but we've got 2 good left backs. We've got good centre back options. We've got obviously Varane and Martinez have been fantastic. And if worse comes to worse, at least we know Luke Shaw can fill in there, because I think the one thing we've missed is Martinez, who's been absolutely unreal. So we do know that if Martinez is injured, at least Luke Shaw can do a job, which I think is absolutely massive. And of course, do smash the likes, people. Shaw has been very good at centre-back. He's very impressed me, because I knew that Luke Shaw could play centre-back in a back 5, but I have to say, to play centre-back in a back 4 as a full-back is difficult, and Luke Shaw has been very impressive as well. I do like Luke Shaw. Ivan Toney's made for Ten Hag's system. I agree. I think Ivan Toney would be a fantastic signing for United, but I don't know if he's going to get in trouble. We've already got one player out for doing illegal things, allegedly. We don't, obviously, betting is nowhere near the level of rape, but we don't want to sign someone and they get a 6-month ban for betting. That's the risk with Ivan Toney. As fantastic as he is, we need to know what's going on with this betting case. But we did it 300 likes. So I do want to thank everyone that did hit that like button. Really appreciated as well. And Luke Shaw coming back to his 2021 form. And you know what? I want to say this before I end the live stream. Rashford is back to his best form. Bruno is getting back to first season Bruno. Bruno seems to be getting back to some form. Rashford back in good form. Bruno Fernandes getting back within good form, people. Let's also say that's obviously Shaw getting back within good form. Delo improving. McTominay even improved when he played. Manchester United players are getting back in form. Man United players are improving. There's one more guy to come back who's had 3 months out of training that's been focusing hard on his own, and that's Jadon Sancho. That is a player that 2 years ago was like the Bellingham of attack. He had one of the highest seasons of football 2 years ago. There is a top player in Jadon Sancho, one of the highest ceilings, as I've said, 2 years ago. And I think if we bring in Rashford back and Bruno back, I cannot wait to see Ten Hag unlock Sancho. I think Sancho might need a few games before he's at his very best. He'll be a bit rusty. But I truly believe that Erik Ten Hag is going to unlock the Jadon Sancho that we've been begging for and dying for at Manchester United. The Jadon Sancho that we are so desperate to see. Because Erik Ten Hag's done it with other players. And I 100% believe that he will do it with Sancho as well. And Sancho, let's go. 2023 is going to be the year. I tell you what, it might start off a bit iffy, but I think end of this season, beginning of next season, we're going to really see what Sancho can do. I do to this day think it's going to be a massive year for Jadon Sancho. You know how Rashford's just on it at the moment? I think the same will happen to Sancho. I think Ten Hag is coaching the players. Sancho came to a new league, a new environment, got bullied after the Euros, racist abuse, had a few poor games, then got those 007 memes. Sancho's got so much shit on social media. He's had 4 different managers at United. He's had all this stick on him. just a manager that believes in him, a constant, and also a manager that can coach. These players at United were getting worse and worse and worse because they weren't being coached. We already see the small change that's happening in a lot of these players just because they're at least getting coached properly. That's a massive thing. For the first time in ages, at least our players are getting coached properly as well, which I think is absolutely massive, and I can't wait as well. The Glazers will sell the club February, March. Yeah, I think so. The fact that, you know, a lot of journalists are confident of a full sale happening by March says to me that there's definitely some very advanced talks going on as well. And yes, Alice, I love to see someone get behind our players. I think Sancho would do well. I get behind all the United players, even Maguire. You know, I believe that Ten Hag could make any of our players good and play well. But I think especially I have a soft spot for Sancho because I just know what he's capable of. Players like Sancho and Rashford, I've seen them at their best. I know what they're capable of. Same with Bruno. So it gives you a soft spot for them. And I do think Sancho will get back to the very top. But I do want to thank everyone that tuned into today's live stream. Please do smash that like button on the way out. And of course, subscribe down below if you're new. And also don't forget to check out the free OneFootball app. If you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, stories, scoreline updates and more, there's a link pinned in the chat. There's a link in the second line of the description to download the free OneFootball app. Everything you need to know is there regarding transfers. They're going to give us daily updates on the January transfer news. So if you don't have the time to watch one of my videos, bosh, just get your news quickly up on the app. It's all there, all free. Would highly recommend. But thanks everyone for tuning into today's show. Big up everyone in the live chat. Sorry I didn't get through as many live chats as I normally do, but there was just a lot to talk about. But I will be live tomorrow. There's a video out tomorrow morning, potentially a live stream, and then a watch along. But there's a watch along tomorrow where we will discuss things. But there might even be a live stream before tomorrow's watch along. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you for watching. See you next.